Generally, double pawns are bad, but there are exceptions, and it all depends on the placement. Like, if this pawn was 1 square forward, the double pawns are bad. But because it's here and I can connect them like this, it's actually completely fine. So it's very, very tricky. So let's play a Sicilian here. I'm gonna play an open Sicilian again. Try to keep it more in the open, active positions here. Yeah. I mean, next classical tournament I play, I'm not booking the ticket till like 1 week before the event. COVID done, delusional. Okay, let's see. Now, for players who are newer to the game, I think it's best to play more of the safe principle lines like bishop e2. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Idea is just to castle, play bishop g5. Right now there's a live stream from Latvian government. I'm not gonna watch it because you can get banned for that, you guys. Wait, but you're saying that lockdown is on from tomorrow? Yeah, I mean, there's no way. I mean, yeah, okay. All right, well, I guess after my stream today, I'm gonna be calling United Airlines. Okay, let's take the bishop here. Okay, let's go c3 again. I stopped the knight jumps. I'm controlling the center pretty neatly here. It's in Latvian. Okay, yeah, no, I mean, that's fine. Let's go queen b3. You call to get your tickets? No, but I think because it's like I probably have to call because I doubt they're going to give me a full refund unless I explain the reason. Even then, I'm not sure I'll get a full refund. Like I said, if FIDE gets an exemption for the tournament to be held, you guys, that basically tells me that there's something rotten in the state of Denmark, basically, because I mean, if a tournament with 200 people coming from around the world, some of whom definitely are not going to be vaccinated, is allowed to happen, that tells me there's just something very, very deeply wrong. I'm gonna go b4 b5 here, try to open up this queen side a little bit. Yeah, okay, let's go knight d2. I want to go bishop g4 to hit the rook. I'm doing pretty well in this game. This is a hard game to explain though for beginners, because I want to go knight d2 with the idea of maybe knight c4 to put pressure on this pawn. I also have b5 to open up the a file for this rook. Open files are very important for rooks. Do you have to pay for your own tournaments? What do you mean, Benjamin? Do you mean do I have to pay for my ticket, or what do you mean? Okay, that knight g6 is a bad move because now I can actually go here. He can't push because he loses the pawn, and I have knight b6 maybe at some point too. I guess I'll go g3. Yeah, Benjamin, as far as I'm not 100% sure what you're asking, but basically because COVID's not over, I actually booked an Airbnb specifically because I figured, 200 people coming from all over the world, it's best to have some space. Of course, I'll play the games at the hotel, but I wanted some space, so I booked an Airbnb. And obviously, yeah, of course I have to book my own ticket, Benjamin. Why would I not have to book my own ticket? Well, wait a second, I'm a little confused. You're not trolling, are you, Benjamin? Because you are a superstar? Wait, no. I mean, what do you mean? I'm actually a little confused. Okay, let's play h4. Bishop has to go back. If he takes the knight here, I take with the pawn and I have a double attack. So he has to go here to save the knight. Good move. Good knight e3. Once I'm gonna sneeze, you guys. Speaking of which, yeah. Okay, let's go bishop c4, bishop b3. Put pressure on the diagonal. Yeah. Oh, he asked if TSM pays for it. No, of course they don't pay for it. No, I mean, I get a monthly salary from TSM, you guys, based on hours streamed, ads run, all these good things. But no, I don't. You don't ever get conditions of the tournament that include hotel ticket. Some events like the Grand Chess Tour in the past, they've covered they cover a ticket. They cover a ticket and so forth. How much do they take of your earnings? TSM doesn't actually. They don't take any of my earnings. Let's go bishop b3. But yeah, so I go rook d3, rook d1 here. But yeah, that's what I would say. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to play rook d3, rook d1, put pressure on this back. Actually, speaking of backwards pawns, this pawn is backwards because this pawn can't protect it and he can't push it through. So this backwards pawn is a big issue for black. Run an ad. No, I'm not running an ad. But yeah, I think what I would say, he thinks that I use my own jet. Yeah, very funny. Okay, I go here again, putting more pressure on the backwards pawn here. He can't push because then I take this one. In fact, I might have to go here to guard because I'm threatening to. Okay, now I can take e5 and win the game, but again, I want to be instructional for you guys, so I don't want to show the flash tactics. So let's go here. Let's stick to the routine. Double up the rooks on the file. You get a yo t3 for 300 bits. You want ads? Fine. I'll give you 1 minute of ads. There you guys go. There's your 1 minute of ads. You want ads? There. I actually watch Hikaru stream for the ads specifically. Yes, there's your one ad. What is it? Which player faction in the New World is your favorite? I haven't played it yet. But yeah, there we go. Okay, all right. Let's stick to the plan. Let's double up the rooks here. Let's double up the rooks. You guys asked for it. By the way, if you are a sub though, you probably won't see the ads. You probably won't see the ads if you're actually subscribed. Just to be clear. But yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay, I can go knight e3. I can go knight a5 here. Maybe bishop d5. Put pressure on the pawn on b7. Really trying to squeeze here. Okay, let's go bishop d5. Attack the pawn on b7 here with the knight and the bishop. It's very tough to play. Very, very tough. How's the day been? Pretty good. Getting over it today? No, we're not playing getting over it today. Definitely not today. But yeah, anyway. All right, b5 is played. This is not a bad, this is actually a pretty good move. Or is it? Actually, it's not, because I can go here and my knight guards the bishop, and my bishop is just going to eat these two pawns on a6 and b5. Best line against the Najdorf. Sozin is a good line if you're not a GM. If you're probably like, I would say against the Najdorf, you play the open Sicilian. Sozin is a very good approach. I would say very good approach. Do a 3-hour ad. How about a 1-hour ad? How about a 1-hour ad with a looped video, you guys? Wouldn't you just love to see that? Let's take the pawn on a6 here. Yeah. Not all of you get the reference. Thank you to Sevis for the 4 months. Not all you guys get the reference, but I think some of you do. Let's take on a6. Okay, I'm gonna go here, guard the pawn on b2. Yeah, good luck in the Grand Prix whenever it ends up happening. I mean, they're probably gonna try to force it through. As I said, if there's an actual lockdown going on, I'm not going. I mean, plain and simple, I'm just not going. Is California locking down again? No, California's not. Let's take the pawn. I have knight c6 next move. I mean, I feel like everywhere I've been, I mean, the little bit that I've traveled in the US, like St. Louis, California, where I've been, I mean, even people I know in Florida, it sounds like in the US everything is fine. The problem is everywhere else there's still a lot of problems. Yeah, I think the US is pretty safe nowadays. Reuters announced Latvia is locking down. Well, there was a live stream of the Latvian government announcing a lockdown, is what I was told. Good target for $3. Thank you so much. Let's go here, guard the pawn. I'm gonna go bishop d5. It depends where the doubled pawns are and whether they can be easily attacked. Like the double pawns that I had at the start of this game, they're actually very solid because like you have a chain. They're all connected, kind of. The pawns are connected to each other. The pawns can connect. It's very good. But I'll give you an example. Say in this position, if I go c4 and the pawns are like this, it's actually very bad. So it's really dependent on the placement of the pawns. Another reason that chess is so hard, because like generally double pawns are bad, but there are exceptions, and it all depends on the placement. Like this pawn was 1 square forward, the double pawns are bad, but because it's here and I can connect them like this, it's actually completely fine. So it's very tricky. And it's just, I mean, it's just more learned than anything else in terms of knowing when it's good and when it's not. Thank you, Kilbu, for the 300 bits. Thank you so much. Lockdown where? There's lockdown in Latvia. Go bishop b3 here. I'm gonna play f4 here, maybe king g2 as well. Just take the pawn. I'm just starting chess. Any suggestions on books to learn from? Just starting, I would look for a very basic puzzle book. That's what I would start with. Basic, like I don't know if they'll call it puzzles or tactics, but there was one book that, well, the first book, you guys, I will say this, the first book that I ever, let me see if I can find it. That's why you hear me typing away furiously. So the first book that I ever looked at in chess, it was this book. I think it was this book, right? Was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. It was this book called Bobby Fischer Teaches Chess. Let me make sure, because it was just a puzzles book. It's the first chess book that I ever looked at. Let me go to Amazon. Hopefully I'm not logged in, right? I'm not logged in. Okay, so yeah, so it was this book, you guys. Let me change the scene for 1 second. It was this book. It was Bobby Fischer Teaches Chess. This was the book, the first book I ever looked at. I remember looking at this book, and this book is just basically puzzles is all it is, but I used a little magnetic pocket chess set to go over all the puzzles in this book. So that was my that's the first book that I ever looked at. First book. All right, let's go back to chess. Let me change the scene. But yeah, that's the first book that I ever looked at. Address leak? No, it said select your address. Thank you, 3 stinky fingers for the 8 months. How do I win this game? I guess I'll just go c4 and try to remove this knight maybe here. I'm also trying to attack these pawns in the center here, kind of. Thank you to Yod T3 for the tier 1. I think I said that before, but thank you so much, Yod T3 or Yod 3T. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna take this pawn here. I'm gonna take and go c5 probably. Arena Kings will be starting in 36 minutes, you guys. So the arena will end in 27. I'm gonna take and I'm gonna undermine the knight and the pawn now. Basically, is what I do here. Undermine the knight or undermine the pawn. The pawn guard. So if he takes, he loses. His knight's also under attack though, and his king is also kind of exposed here. So yeah, this is yeah, that book you can find for free. That book is very easy to find. Highest Twitch viewership, there is some command for that. It was 84,403 viewers when I played I believe Magnus Carlsen in the Meltwater Champions Tour. 84,403 on March 16th, 2021. Take the pawn he can't take, and now I have a rook and a pawn. I just send this pawn down the board to end the game. Any thoughts on Wesley winning the US Championship? I mean, it was a very strange US Championship. Nobody really got hot. I honestly felt like a lot of players did not. I don't know, it felt like everybody was a little bit rusty or unsure of themselves or whatnot. And oh, do I have a beautiful checkmate here? I think I do. I have check, and mate. This is beautiful. Check, and if he takes, I mate him. It's the ladder. Beautiful checkmate.